Hi everybody, Michael Britt here from the Psych Files, what psychology is really all about. And today I wanted to take a moment to just show you a little tool I've been working with on the web that I think is kind of neat. And I want to show you how I'm applying it to psychology. But if you haven't discovered ThingLink, might want to do that. Might want to take a look at it. Just ThingLink.com. So what it does is it very quickly enables you to put some rollovers on top of images and then to either share that link or embed it onto your website. So sounds pretty simple. That's kind of the fun thing, though. I mean, I really love it when something it just does what it does, and it does it really well. So it's kind of a new tool. They're adding a few more tweaks to it as it goes along. But check it out, ThingLink.com. Let me show you how I'm playing around with it right now. So what you're seeing here is my website, and there's the last episode right there. But right below that, I have embedded something I've done with the Neuron. So let me show you how I did that. So basically, and here's what ThingLink does that's unique. You know, it allows you to do something that's a bit different than just having lists of things. Now, for example, I have a playlist on YouTube, which you can see here, called Biopsychology, and this is where I put all of what I think are good videos that have to do with various aspects of psych, neuroscience, and whatever you want to call it. Physiological psych, we used to call it. So there's a lot in here, as you can see. I don't know, I've got probably over 100 videos, various types. But there are a bunch of them that have to do with the neuron, not surprisingly. All right? So, I could pull all those out and have a list of neuron links. But here's what ThingLink does that's different, and what I can show you too. Well, let me just show you right over here. So here is a picture of the neuron, and when you're online, and I also want to show you how it looks in the Psych Explorer app on the iPad. So here it is online. Now there's an image. Now where did I get that image? So the first thing I need to do is get an image of the neuron. So I went to commons.wikimedia.org, all right, in order to get some public domain images, or at least images that are free to use. So all I did was go there, commons.wikimedia.org, put in the word neuron, boom, and up came a bunch of neuron. Actually, not a whole lot of images, but not what you would get, let's say, at iStock Photo, or another one that I use called dreamstime.com. Both good sites, but you do have to pay for the images there, and sometimes that's really worth it because you just want to get exactly what you want. You want it right away, and it really isn't that expensive to purchase the ability to use good images. But here you are. So I found, looked through a bunch of these. So especially if you're a teacher, you might want to use Wikimedia. So here's the original image. All right, nice image of the neuron. Now I didn't really want this piece of the image right here, so I downloaded it. And by the way, they also give you information on how to use this, how to attribute. I think it's right here tells you to how to link directly to the image, what's the attribution that you should give to the image, and so that's all good stuff. I'll show you how I did that in ThingLink. So what I did was just downloaded the image, little download link right there. I brought it into Photoshop, and I photoshopped out this piece right here. I didn't really have videos that pertain to that. But I have videos in my YouTube channel about all the parts of the neuron, the myelin sheath and the nodes of Ranvier and neurotransmitters, the axon, the dendrites, various things about what different neurotransmitters did. So that's okay as a list, but wouldn't it be neat to create a rollover that in which students or viewers could look at the neuron and then pop up right then and there these videos. So here it is. Here I am on my account in ThingLink, and there's the image. I upload the image. You can also link to the image. Either way works. And then watch when I roll over the image. You see these little round pop-ups here, little round circles. And when you roll over them, in this case, now so you can insert anything you want, right? So it's a little box. I'll show you how to edit it here. I'll just see, where's my little edit there? Okay, so it gives you a little window in which you can edit it, and you just, as it says here, you just click anywhere on the image, and up comes a little dialog box, so you can put in a description, which could also, so if you just wanted to put in text, this is what this part of the neuron is. Now, and it could be anything. So this could be an image. I'll show you another project that I'm working on. It's a little bit different. But anyway, it's your description and then a link. So it could be a link to a website. Maybe it's, in this case, it might be a website that's really good, has lots more information on the neuron. Or could be a link to a YouTube video. So that's what I did. I wanted to have a different way of displaying my YouTube videos. So I go over here and I went through my list. All right, so I have a video on YouTube about how SSRIs and MAO inhibitors work. So I wanted to insert that into the image. So here it is right here. I'm going to click on it. Although I don't have to click on it. Here's the video. And I'll just pause it here. Whoop.
To get it really?
There we go. And all I need to do is to grab the URL. I can grab the whole thing. Don't really need the whole thing. Or I can click on the share button here. It's probably easier. Share. And there it is. So I just copy the YouTube URL. Go back to ThingLink. Go to the edit button. Sorry, over here. And I could just pass it right in there, paste it in there, and that will save it. Okay, and then what you get, I'm just going to remove it in this case, don't need it. And as I say, what you get in the end is this rollover. And so what you do, you can see here's one that says structure of the neuron. And so anyone who visits this link on ThingLink can just tap on that, and I'll have a link to this neuron image on my website. For this episode, the notes.
Structure of neuron.
All right, and here's a nice
body is made up of trillions of cells.
Nice video on the parts of the neuron. So these are just, as I say, good videos that I found around the web. But you put them in this case. So here's one that talks about the action potential. That, of course, is on the axon. This one is a video on the myelin sheath. So that's right next to that part. So I've put these little videos right next to the part of the neuron that they pertain to. All right. So that's what I did there. And let me show you another project that I'm working on. Haven't finished this one yet. Hope to get this one up soon. What I wanted to do was I have a list of videos, and I also have a list of the major psychologists in the, let's say, the last century, and where they did their major research. So let me just show you. I can show you that list. Here it is over here. And so here they are, big names in psychology. I'm going to be showing you this list in an upcoming episode in which I use a cool program called the Timeline. But here are the big names. Of course, there's Freud in here, but there's also Roger Sperry and Albert Ellis, Albert Bandura, Solomon Asch, etc. So I've got information on where they did their major studies. So I've got a picture of the U.S. Of course, again, I went to Wikimedia, so it's commons.wikimedia.org, and I got a picture of the United States. And again, I just go into the edit tags. There it is, and I've got one in there. So I find out, in this case, what I want to do is create a map that has the links to the YouTube videos for the person who did the famous piece of research and where in the U.S. that research was conducted. All right, so I'll also have this, as soon as I'm done, on my website. And by the way, there's a Facebook group. And if you go to my webpage, you can get a link there, although I'm thinking about switching over to a Facebook page. Apparently, a Facebook page has more options. You can do a little bit more with it. So come on over. Come to the website first, www.thepsychfiles.com, and then there'll be a link to the Facebook. So if you're in Facebook, you know, I'm kind of active in there. There's a bunch of people in there who are talking about matters psychological. And so you might enjoy that. So check it out. Come to the homepage. You'll see the link to the Facebook. And also on Twitter, mbrit. Very simple. Find me on Twitter. Okay. So here's this image. And so let me just show you. I've got this a little bit done in here. I think I've got just Skinner in here right now. So Skinner did a lot of his research right here. I don't have the... I have to... that's a good point. Here's his pigeon study research. Here's Skinner himself.
Reinforcement, what the layman calls reward, and you can schedule it so that a reward occurs every now and then when a pigeon does something. We usually use a response with.
All right, so there it is there. And let's see, going back to my notes here. So, oh yes, he did that research at Harvard, and so that's why I've got it right down here in Massachusetts. Okay, so let me show you now what this looks like. So again, you just create this. It takes just a few minutes. I mean, you have to have all of your information ready. So this is a little bit like one of those cooking shows where it only takes a few minutes as long as you have all the ingredients ready. So you have to have the videos that you want to show. You know, it's easiest if you do it where there's one tab with your videos, and then you just go back and forth from your videos to ThingLink, copying and pasting as you go. All right, in this case, I'm using Notebook on the Mac, and so I have my notes for each of the famous psychologists, where they did their research, so the exact location of it, and also a list of a tab in my browser with these videos that I want to put into this little. So it's a little project. It's kind of a fun project that if you're interested in psychology, in the end, what this will show is where, just kind of interesting, I hope, where in the U.S. these major studies were conducted, as well as a quick way to get to them. So it's a different way to display the data than you might find in YouTube. All right, let me show you how this looks on the iPad. Actually, it does work there as well. So I've got my simulated iPad here on the desktop. Better than showing it to you, you know, holding it up like this and tapping on things. My hand's in the way, and you can never get it right. So this is the Psych Explorer app I've talked about a number of times. This great app, obviously I think it's great because, you know, I made it. And all the latest news, videos, let's see, there's audio in there. So I'm always updating it with the latest stuff in psychology. So if you are a psych fan, this is it. And right now I only have it for iOS, which means it's for iPads and iPhones, iPods. Working on an Android version, but this is where I'm at now. Hopefully have that maybe later this year. Okay, so let me just show you how it looks in here. It's a little bit different. So this is Psych Explorer on the iPad, and as you can see, there's news, and it's updating there, all the latest news coming in. Video, and that would be some of the videos that I've personally chosen. These are bloggers and news sites that, again, I've picked out as people who I think are very respected sources of psychology news. So here are some videos that I've picked out. These are audio, and so I'm updating these at least weekly, if not more often, with what I think are some really interesting psychology-oriented audio. All right, tweets from people that I follow, I think will give you good information. Some of my favorite videos, you know, put those at the very top. But here is, under resources, parts of the neuron in ThingLink. So I'm going to just tap on that. Comes up looking like this. All right, and as you can see, now it's a little bit different than online. When the image comes up, at first, here I'll close it again just so you can see. When it first comes up, the circles come up, there they are, and then they fade away. So when you've got this in your hand, all you do is tap on the image, and the circles come up again. And then you just tap on any one of these little, it works and looks the same online, and the little video will show up here. And just tap it to play. And there it goes.
Structure of neuron.
Interesting voice there. And there it is, right? So when I'm done with the map here, I'll put that in there as well. All right, but that's how flexible ThingLink is. It's online. You can link to it. You can embed it into your website, as I've done. Right there, it's embedded right down here. It's a pretty fun little tool. All right, so this is an unsolicited review of ThingLink. I just think it's pretty cool. So check it out, thinglink.com. Yeah, and check out the iTunes. Check out these apps as well. They really help to keep the podcast going. It's at 173. I'm going to keep on going, but you know, I do appreciate your support, and you will enjoy. You'll love these apps. You will be on top of the latest information in psychology. All right. So coming up next episode should be an interview with one of the authors who replicated the infamous Daryl Bem study that came out last year, which showed evidence for the existence of precognition, the ability to see the future. All right, so it looks like psychologists have found some evidence for this, although, as you might imagine, it's a little bit controversial. So I've got the author on the other end of a Skype line, and we talk about the research and his replication. So I think you're going to find that really interesting. Okay. Michael Britt here. Hope you're enjoying the Psych Files. Feel free to send an email. Stop by on the blog, thepsychfiles.com. Leave a comment, and I will see you next time. Take care.